things off with a new feature, the Super Knock On. In order to perform it, you will have to press and hold the sprint button while the ball is traveling towards your player, and afterwards you will have to move 2 times the right analog in the direction that you want to do the super knock on. Remember here that it is called a super knock on because when you move second time the right analog, if you hold it pressed in that direction, the knock on of the ball will be further away comparing with a normal knock on when you just move 2 times the right analog towards the direction where you want to move the ball forward. The big advantage of the super knock on is the fact that when you are on a counter attack, you will be able to move the ball further away from the defender. You will be able to surprise him, to dribble him with only one touch of the ball. If you got a pacey striker and the defender is not that fast or is not well positioned, or maybe your opponent is not paying a lot of attention, is not expecting it, the super knock on is one of the best new features in the game, a feature that can offer you an easy goal on the counter attack. Moving now to competitive settings, and this here is extremely important. When you are going to play Ultimate Team, when you're gonna play Division Rivals, when you're gonna play FUT Champions, the competitive settings options will be by default on. And this is why it is so important to get used to these competitive settings. So go now into your controller settings, have them always on. Doesn't matter if you play kickoff with your friends, if you're gonna play a draft, if you're gonna play any other game modes, make sure to have them on so you get used to them. And then when you go to Division Rivals, when you're gonna play your first weekend league in FUT Champions, you will be prepared with the settings. Next, we've got the explosive sprint, and remember, this new move has a dedicated tutorial on the channel. It is one of the best new best new features available in FIFA 22. It refers to the fact that your player will get a speed boost in the first 2-3 seconds when you activate the sprint button. Easy to do. As I was saying, all you have to do is move your left analog in the direction you want to run to and press the sprint button, but very careful here. You will have to get perfect timing in order to get past the defender. And very important here, the explosive sprint works best when you are running straight. If you want to go in a diagonal side, then it's not gonna be as effective as it will be in a straight line. Also, remember that after 5 meters in the game, after 2-3 seconds, your player will lose that speed boost, that explosive sprint, and will just continue running normally. This has been done in order to balance this new feature. Imagine having the speed from the first 5 meters in the rest of the run, then the defenders would just not have any chance to catch the striker. Another superb new feature in FIFA 22 is the fact that the first time skill moves have been enhanced. In previous FIFA versions, we all know, as a first time skill move, we used to do the fake shot. Now it is easier to do first time skill moves. You will be able to do a ball roll or other complicated skill moves and get past the defenders with ease. In FIFA 21 it was difficult to do a ball roll because then the game would just knock the ball forward. Now for the super knock on, you have to press the sprint button and then move the right analog. This gives us the opportunity to use the right analog when the ball is traveling to your teammate, to my teammate, and we can do different skill moves. And one of my favorite first time skill moves to perform in FIFA 22 is the ball roll. Extremely easy to do. All you have to do is move and hold the right analog to the left or to the right of the player. It's effective because it opens up the angle for a pass or for a shot. So if you want to try these first time skill moves, start with the ball roll, and afterwards you can test also other skill moves. You might ask yourself, what is this green cursor over your player on the pitch? Well, I'm gonna explain you immediately what this is. It is the teammate contain, and it will show your player on the pitch that is pressuring the opponent. Each time you activate the teammate contain, you will get a green cursor over your player, thus knowing exactly who is doing the pressure over the opponent's team. It's a nice new feature. Visually it looks good. I like the fact that it's got a green cursor over there. It's not a faded red or a faded color. All in all, a nice new visual feature that will help you defend better in FIFA 22. Moving now to icon switching, an extremely interesting new option in defense. Once you press R3 on your PS5 controller, you will see 4 players on the pitch that can be selected. From that moment on, if you move the right analog up, to the left, to the right, or down, you will be able to select from those 4 players. Why is this option so interesting? Well, before, in previous FIFA versions, you had to move the right analog several times in order to get to a particular player on the pitch. Now you can do it by only pressing 2 buttons. This will help you a lot when you want to cover the ground on the opposite side of the pitch. Very, very, very important new feature. My advice is to keep it on, test it, and master it. Icon switching looks like a very, very OP new addition to FIFA 22. Last but not least, when you get a kickoff, if you press R1 on your PlayStation controller or RB on your Xbox One controller, you will be able to have instantly, immediately, all of your defenders positioned close to the goalkeeper, so you can start fast a possession game from your own half. The difference in FIFA 22 comparing with FIFA 21, previous season, if you pressed R1, you would see the players coming back. Now, by default, if you press it when the ball goes out, you will see the line of defenders in the perfect position from a